Hey, beautiful family and friends. How are we? Doing good. Man, oh man, have I been receiving a lot of downloads through my TikTok feed. I don't know why. I guess it's my algorithm, but I'm getting so many videos and posts coming across my feed about the earth. All of these different shifts and anomalies that are going on in the earth. I don't know if you heard about the tides changing. Well, they say the tides have turned, like that's literally happening in the Southern Ocean. I don't know if you heard about that, but yes, the tides have completely turned around. So as you stand at the beach and you expect the waves to come in toward you, they're going away at this point. They're moving the opposite direction, and that was crazy. We haven't seen that before. And then they're talking about volcanic eruptions and fires. Have you heard about these two fires, the white sage fire and the dragon fire that's happening in the Grand Canyon? And they haven't been able to control these fires. And I know that I've mentioned in previous videos about the Schumann resonance, and that is the Earth's frequency or heartbeat, so to speak. And it's like off the scales. It's like, usually green, yellow, orange, red, showing up blue, I guess. All these colors that usually show up on the scale that reads these vibrations and these frequencies. Well, they had turned pure white and it was just screaming. Like the earth was screaming as if it was in labor, full labor. And now we're seeing animals just leave. Have you seen any videos about how at Yellowstone in California, there's this mass exodus of the animals? They're just bears, buffaloes, big cats, coyotes, like every animal that lives in Yellowstone in the wild have started leaving all at once. And there's videos of cars on the road and they're stopped because these animals are just causing a traffic jam crossing by. And then there's the cats in Florida. They just all decided that they would flee to one particular area, and it's all kind of stray cats or pet cats. They've escaped and they've all just migrated to this area where there's hundreds and hundreds of cats now, and they won't leave. And if you try to collect them and take them back, they escape again and they go back. They just want to be in that particular spot. And I don't know why. It's baffling scientists. What is going on? And then I saw videos about crop circles that were popping up and UFO sightings. We know that the crop circle makers use alien technology and sound, or sound waves that are like coming down from the craft on the cornfield, and in a matter of minutes it can bend the stalks, and then there's this design there, and these are messages that are very important messages for humanity. And there have been a couple recently that have insinuated that the Divine Mother is on her return. We're just watching the planet purge. There's ice caps melting, there's floods, there's crazy storms of water, waterfall. It's been wetter this season in Illinois, and I know that not too long ago we had a dust storm here, and it was like from all the way down in southern Illinois, these dust clouds just blew in all the way up in Chicago area. So what is all this going on? I was just sitting here pondering all of this, and I feel like the earth is speaking, but what is it saying? For real, because I see it spiritually. It's like the earth, she's purging and cleansing herself and resetting. And that's why I don't think this is about climate. This is about consciousness, because water holds memory. all of the water that is reversing and returning, it remembered that it could do that. The ice caps, as they're melting, it is uncovering all types of memories below the surface of the ice that had been preserved. And when you think of all of our ancestors who were thrown into the ocean or that saw a watery grave, they also are part of that water's memory. And we think of, fire as a sacred ritual. So all of the fire that is going up and it's uncontrollably burning, that is the earth doing her own ritual. Fire is something that clears and purifies even. And so that's what's happening on a spiritual level for the earth. The wind, it clears, it carries the prayers, it carries the wisdom, the seeds, and so when there's dust storms and there's winds that are strong and they're blowing things around and it's like, all in the air like that, that is also spiritual. And then earth, we know that grounding and earthing is when you just plant your feet on the ground and it can relieve the tension and the inflammation in the body. Well, the earth herself is the ground. So all of the pains that are inside, they can be measured by the Schumann resonance, and its pain is really high right now. And this gets reflected in us. We're animals and humans who are sensing that. And, animals live by instinct, not denial. So they're not going to sit and think about it too long. They're just going to get up and leave. They're moving with the magnetic shifts of the earth. And so they feel when something is off. And so do we. We can feel that something is off right now. And all of the 4 elements are showing up now to purify the collective frequency. So why does the collective frequency need purification, you ask? It's because we are having a DNA recalibration at this time to match the Earth's new frequency. The Earth is upgrading to a crystalline, not carbon-based, but light-based intelligence because it is all intelligent technology, even though it's ancient and it's futuristic all at the same time. This is not just a metaphor. This is biology. This is quantum physics. This is ancient knowing. Finally, all meeting in the middle. And science used to call 98% of our DNA junk DNA. But that was because they couldn't measure it and they didn't know its function. But now researchers are beginning to understand that this so-called junk DNA holds light encoded information. It's been dormant until now. It's starting to be activated, and it's light, it's photons, it's memory. And this memory had to come from somewhere or a time or a place where it existed naturally already. And so if it weren't for what's going on with the earth right now, we wouldn't remember this. It wouldn't have triggered these memories or this information to come back online for us, so to speak. And so there is some version of us that is multidimensional. It is in a dimension where this DNA is connected to who we are now, and it's sending us this information. Even as I speak to you, I am speaking so that you can remember this, and so that you can have, your consciousness expanded and have a spiritual awakening, because we are beings of light. The part of us that is animated or animating our carbon bodies is actually light. That's why sometimes people who can see spirits, they see it in an orb of light, like a little ball of light. People who astral project, they are able to see themselves as that light orb, or they see their light body and they know this truth. there's a lot that science wasn't able to explain in the past, and that's why it was just all chalked up as mumbo jumbo or woo-woo or whatever. But this spiritual knowledge, our ancient ancestors knew about it, and it is finally having a place where it belongs in our world, in our reality. And I'm excited about it because I am a sensitive soul who is able to pick up on the presence of what is beyond our five senses. I am sensing things, and so maybe it's because some of that junk DNA was activated kind of prematurely by me. And I'm interested to know if this will be a phenomenon where everyone who wasn't able to perceive the world in that same way suddenly are able to. Wouldn't that be exciting? So this is where epigenetics comes in. Have you ever heard of epigenetics? It's like having the ability to turn on and turn off certain superpowers or genes or genetics, DNA, that kind of a thing at will. Even some of us who don't necessarily know that we're doing it, you can still do it without being aware of it. And I feel like that's what I did when I kind of accessed my superpowers ahead of the rest of the people in my circle. And I think that through this whole energetic detox that the earth is going through, that people are feeling those ascension symptoms. I've had to go through it in the past. You feel disoriented, tired, or wired. It's like extremes, right? You might feel emotional, you might be clear one moment and foggy the next moment. It's really just your nervous system trying to regulate itself and adapt to the new electromagnetic signature or frequency that the earth is giving off now. And your light body is also syncing up to your physical body. So even though it just sounds like, what are you even talking about? Trust me, it's happening in the background, in the unseen realms, and all around us, all of us. It is a collective upgrade that we are going through. And so you are not bound by the genes that you inherited because of epigenetics. You are able to have a conversation with them. And this is why I meditate. This is why you should try to meditate, because in stillness and in that moment where you're able to quiet your mind, that's when the genes will start to talk to you. And that's when you'll hear that quiet, still voice that is the Almighty Creator, that is within you and me and all things that live, right? And so every belief and every environment, every act of self-love and every moment of clarity is your DNA and you having a conversation and saying, okay, we're safe now. It's okay to upgrade. It's okay, and I forgive everything. And as the earth goes through her sacred recalibration, let's witness it, and let's also observe our own sacred recalibration, because we are linked. We are biologically connected and energetically connected, and we are all listening to what our bodies are saying, and our spirit is leading the way to our new world, our new earth, our new and improved selves as well. And so that's my good word for today. I hope that you received it with unconditional love. Mwah! Peace. Love you guys. This little light in mine, I'm gonna let it shine.